All right, we are live. Let me make sure we are good to go. Give me just a second. All right. All right, we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's live video. In this live video, I'm going to be covering the severe weather outbreak that is currently going on in the central and southern plains. I first want to start off by taking a look at the SPC outlook. We are looking at a wide area of a marginal risk, and then you can also see that we are looking at a couple of areas in the slight to marginal risk that are basically in the central and southern plains. I want to get right to radar scope though, because we are watching a very strong tornado warning right now in the state of Texas. You all can see just how strong that rotation is right in there. Okay, we're still good to go on live stream. So I want to zoom in. You all can just see how well defined that area of rotation is. It's an absolutely well formed supercell, and I also want to show you all just how well formed this hook echo is. You all can see. I'm gonna do a little drawing right here. So this right here is our big supercell. But what we typically look at is this little hook echo right here. This is what is usually associated always with tornadoes and severe weather. And you're usually going to be looking for a tornado to be right in this general area right here. So you all can just see, I'm going to go back to the velocity radar, and you all can just see that is exactly where we are looking at the rotation right now as we speak. And we are also seeing a very well-defined debris ball on the correlation coefficient. Hey, Sebastian, I just saw your comment. So you all can just see all of this right here, anywhere in this yellow right here, this is all debris right here, ladies and gentlemen. So we're looking at a very big area of debris that is currently showing up on the correlation coefficient. Let me make sure we're still good on my live stream right now. And I just got a brand new notification. We are still watching a very strong tornado warning right now. The National Weather Service just reissued it. And you all can just see right here, we are looking at extremely strong rotation right here. I'm going to pull up the latest details on this tornado warning. And it says, okay, so we are now looking at a very large and dangerous tornado. A confirmed tornado is now moving on the ground, and it is located 4 miles northeast of Truscott, moving east at 55 miles an hour. This is a very fast moving storm, and if you live north of this area, you need to take shelter immediately. This is a very dangerous tornado. This is confirmed now. Weather spotters have confirmed it, and just to let you know, you are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be very deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will definitely be destroyed or damaged, and expect considerable damage to homes, businesses, and also vehicles. So a very dangerous tornado that we are currently watching. You all can just see right here. Let me do another picture. Right here, there's a supercell I was just telling you about, and there's the hook echo right there. So right in this general area, that's where we have a confirmed tornado moving on the ground. And I want to let you all know what this is showing right here. The reason why this is just so bright is that is showing you just how strong these winds currently are right now. The brighter the color, the stronger the winds. So you all can just see right here that is extremely strong winds that we are watching, ladies and gentlemen. This is a life-threatening situation that we are currently in, all right? This is not something that you need to kid around with. This is a very dangerous situation that you all need to take very, very seriously right now. If you live, let me turn off that. Okay, so if you live, once again, in Triscuit, you need to be taking shelter immediately right now. This is a life-threatening situation. I'm going to draw little things so that way you all can just see where this is going. I don't care if it's going out of the zone. If you live in this general area right here, you need to be in your safe place right now because this is heading towards your area. I'm going to play the radar just so that way you all can see the direction that this is heading. So you all can see right there, it is heading in this direction. Okay, so if you live in Harold or Vernon or anything like that. This is heading towards your area. And you all can just see, we play it back. This rotation is not getting any, more, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Not any, I mean, it's getting tighter and tighter by the minute, okay? This is a life-threatening situation that you all need to be very, very aware of. This is a very dangerous system. And I'm going to go ahead and switch back over to the correlation coefficient. I want to show you all just how bad the debris signature really is. And you all can just see we're getting in. We just got a brand new radar scan. And the rotation is going to be somewhere in this general area right there. That is where the tornado is. But we are seeing rotation far beyond that point. So this is a very dangerous situation. If you live in this area, you need to be in your safe place basically right now. And I just got a brand new notification. They have just continued to issue this tornado warning, because this is extremely, extremely dangerous. And you all can just see, wait for my radar to load, we are now seeing an even more well-defined area of circulation, and they have just reissued this tornado warning. I'm going to go back to the information. Once again, a very large confirmed and extremely dangerous tornado is now located 4 miles northeast of Triscuit. Once again, moving to the east, moving in the direction of east at 55 miles an hour. You need to be, taking shelter immediately. This is a particularly dangerous situation, okay? This is a very dangerous situation. We just got a brand new radar scan. Thankfully, we are now starting to see the rotation lit up just a little bit. You all can just see right here. Let me play it back, how tight it was. Now we're starting to see it die down just a little bit. But other than that, we're still seeing a very well-defined area of rotation. Thankfully, it is not as strong as it was, but we're still seeing rotation right in here. So this is absolutely nowhere close to being over. And once again, if you live in these general areas, right in this area, you need to be very aware of this situation, because this is a very dangerous situation, okay? I'm going to go back to the regular radar. We are also getting a lot of reports of hail with this system. Anywhere in this pink right here, that is hail. So a very wide area just to the south of Crowell, we are getting a massive area of hail that is being reported. And once again, this is the area that we're going to be watching for that tornado warning. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all just how far this tornado warning, tornado warning is from Crowell. It is not very far at all. So we're only about 13.5 miles away. If you live in Crowell, about 13.5 miles away from the center of rotation. And the center of rotation only goes about maybe 11 or 12 miles from the end of the warning. So if you are basically right in this general area right here, just out of the warning, this tornado is only about 12 miles just to the west of you. So you need to be also in your safe spot, and you also need to be in your safe spot, considering just how strong the system really is. I want to briefly play back the radar just so that you all can just see how well defined this hook echo was just a couple of minutes ago. Right there, you all just saw how it was like a little bit slanted right there. Right there. That is where we saw our rotation become most strong. So a very dangerous situation, a life-threatening situation. And I really, really hope that we start to see this rotation brought out a little bit. We are still seeing a pretty well-defined area of rotation there, but thankfully it is not as well-defined as it was just a couple of minutes ago, which is a blessing from God. You all can just see how tight it was right there. And now we're finally starting to see it, taper off just a little bit. But even though, even with this dissipating, this is still a very dangerous situation, and you all need to be aware of it right now. If you live in this area, you need to be in your safe spot right now as we speak. This is an extremely dangerous situation that you all need to be very well aware of. So I'm going to go away from this particular warning and touch on a couple of other thunderstorm warnings. I'm going to go to this one. Okay, that's it, also associated with the tornado warning. So now I'm going to go to this one. This one, let me zoom out a little bit. This is in the state of Colorado, just to the north of Denver. We have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings that are currently being issued right now. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the radar just so that we all can see. Just got a brand new alert from the National Weather Service. They have decided to reissue or extend that tornado warning. So if you live in that area where I was just telling you about, you need to be in your safe place immediately. So this is just to the south of Fort Morgan. We are also seeing some hail being spotted also in this system right here. I'm going to go ahead and get the latest details on this one. It'll pull up. There we go. This one says at 2:42 p.m. Mountain Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 5 miles north of Shamrock, or 20 miles south of Fort Morgan, moving to the north at 10 miles an hour. We are starting to see some quarter-sized hail in the system. This system is radar indicated, and the impacts includes damage to vehicles is definitely expected. Hail can also accumulate on roads, causing very hazardous travel conditions. And the locations impacted by the system include 12 Mile Corner, Shamrock, Adana School, and also Adana. And you need to prepare immediately for very large hail, and deadly cloud to ground lightning. So definitely a lot of lightning bolts, and you need to be seeking shelter you need to definitely be seeking shelter inside. It will be a well built structure, and definitely be sure that you're staying away from all windows or anything. Oh, I just saw your comment from Kenny Garcia. Reed Timmer just drove into the tornado on his live stream. Wow, that is incredible. I hope he stays safe. Shout out to the Hurricane HQ. We are teamed up. Also staying with Sebastian Weather Channel. So this is not a situation that you want to be in at all. We are seeing a very strong thunderstorm moving into very heavy populated areas, and thankfully we are not seeing any rotation. We're actually starting to see maybe a little area right here. I'm going to draw with my pen. Maybe right in this general area, we're starting to see a little bit more of green pop up, and if we can just get this red just a little bit closer, that would probably indicate a tornado warning. But thankfully right now we are not seeing any rotation that would signify a tornado warning, which is a blessing from God right now. So now let's go back down to a little bit more south to a place like Hugo. We are seeing a severe thunderstorm warning that was reissued because of just because of the intensity of this. I want to see if there's we're starting to see a lot more hail indicated with this storm. Remember, anywhere in this white area right here, let me draw. Anywhere in this area right here, all this white, that is hail being issued right now on the radar, and this is heading right towards Hugo. So if you live in Hugo, I don't care if I don't care if there's no tornado warning issue. You still need to be taking shelter immediately. And we're seeing a very well defined hail signature. This is a definitely dangerous situation, and we're really not seeing any signs of rotation or any signs that would possibly want the National Weather Service to issue a tornado warning. We are starting to see very strong winds indicated by these red or green shades. Thankfully, none of this very heavy, strong winds on the green side are starting to collaborate with any of this red area, which is very good because that would signify a tornado warning. But thankfully, we're not really seeing any rotation. And you also just saw that the severe thunderstorm warning that was over here has now been expired. So we're still watching a very dangerous situation unleashing right now. So I'm going to go back to that tornado warning and see the latest details on that one. Let's go ahead and check out this and see what's going on with it. So we're still seeing a very small area of rotation that is generally right in here. Let's go ahead and see if we've gotten any brand new information. Once again, this is a tornado warned storm. It might have lifted back up, but it was on the ground, and you all just saw a couple of minutes ago how well defined the debris ball was in the correlation coefficient. And even though this might be lifted back up, we're still watching a very dangerous storm. So here's a playback of what the rotation looked like just a couple of minutes ago. Once my radar loads, you all can just see how well defined it was, and thankfully we're starting to see it now taper off a little bit. But we're still seeing a very strong system. We're probably still seeing a pretty well-defined hook echo on the system also. Yep, we are still seeing that. And look at all the hail being reported with the storm, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. A huge area just to the southeast of Crowell. A massive area of hail. And once again, we are still seeing a well-defined hook echo right here. So if we're going to be watching for a tornado anywhere, it's going to be in this general area right here that we're going to be watching for the possibility of that tornado to touch down again. Remember, this tornado was on the ground just a couple of minutes ago, and because of the rotation being not as broad as it was a couple of minutes ago, it lifted back up. But I would definitely not be surprised, considering the strength of this system, for that tornado to be touching down and rotating on the ground again. So once again, this is a life-threatening situation. Even though, once again, this tornado might be not on the ground right now, this is a system, or this storm was producing a very strong, very damaging and very life-threatening tornado. So if you live in this general area right here, you need to be in your safe place right now, the lowest level of your home, most interior room. Put as many walls between you and the outdoor world as possible. I would also suggest probably putting some shoes on, so that way once you're getting out of your tornado shelter, if there's any broken glass or debris on the floor, you don't hurt your feet. And then also try and maybe get like some sort of helmet or maybe a pillow to protect your head from falling debris. So those are just a couple of things that you can try and use to keep yourself safe. Just got a brand new radar scan. We're still seeing an even bigger area of hail now, so we're definitely seeing a lot more severe weather being indicated with this particular storm, and we are starting to see a brand new area of rotation forming now. You all can see it right in this general area. We're starting to see the rotation pick it back up again. So once again, may not be on the ground right now, but because we're starting to see a much more defined area of rotation, we can possibly start to see the system possibly touching down again with another tornado. So a very life-threatening situation. I'm going to zoom out just so that way you all can see exactly where in Texas this is. This is just to the west of Wichita Falls, east of Lubbock, north of Abilene, west of Dallas, southwest of Oklahoma City, southeast of Amarillo. So this is a very dangerous situation, and once again, we are starting to see more rotation being signaled on the system. Once again, right in this general area right here, we're starting to see rotation. Now, I'm going to briefly explain what this is, what this radar is, and then how we can, really predict tornadoes with this. This is called the velocity radar, and it sends out radar signals and tries to determine which which direction the wind is going in and how strong it is. So anywhere in this green, this is wind going away from the radar, and all this red, this is wind going away from radar. So anytime we see the red and green very close together and very bright, that is indicating two very strong wind patterns running very close parallel to each other. And once again, we would see a tornado right in this general area, and that is exactly what we're seeing. Wind right here going away from the radar, wind right here going towards the radar. So we would probably see a tornado right in this general area. So a very dangerous situation, once again, that we are currently in. So I'm going to touch back on a couple of other severe thunderstorm warnings. We'll go back to that one in just a couple of minutes ago. I want to touch back on these severe thunderstorm warnings that are currently being issued right now in the state of Colorado, just to the east of places like Denver, and also just to the south of Fort Morgan. So let me go back to a different radar site, so that way you all can see a couple of these warnings a little bit better. So thankfully, we're really not seeing any rotation right now with these systems, but what we are seeing is very strong winds. I'm going to point out this little area right here. The brighter the color, the stronger the winds are, okay? So obviously, when you see those brighter colors, you're seeing a very strong area of winds, possibly even gusting up to tropical storm force. So we're talking about winds possibly gusting over 60 miles an hour. So even though there may not be a tornado associated with this storm, we're still seeing a very strong thunderstorm just to the south of a place like Hugo. You are also included in that severe thunderstorm warning. So, and it would probably be my guess that considering how strong the wind is, we're probably seeing a lot of hail being associated with the system, and we are, and you all can just see it right here. There's hail right there, a couple areas of hail right there, and hail right there. So a very strong thunderstorm. It's not a tornado-producing storm, but it is definitely a very strong storm that we are watching right now. And to all of you who are currently watching, please feel free to leave any questions or comments you may have in the chat, and I will answer them right here on my live stream. So now let's go back up to the severe thunderstorm warning that is just now to the south of Fort Morgan. I actually may have to end this live stream in just a couple of minutes because I'm going to have to take my brother to soccer practice in just a couple of minutes. But as soon as I get home, I'll be right back on live featuring the latest details on all of this severe weather. So once again, more hail associated with this system. I don't think we're seeing any velocity that is associated with the system or any rotation, but we're still seeing very strong winds. Anywhere in this bright green right here, this is very strong winds. Once again, possibly gusting up near hurricane force or just over hurricane force, okay? So a very dangerous situation. Thankfully, we're not really seeing any rotation, which is a very good sign, but still a very dangerous storm that we definitely have to keep an eye on. So now let's go back out to that tornado warning and see if the rotation's gotten any broader. It doesn't look like it's gotten any more broader, but we are still seeing a lot more strong winds. I'm going to switch over to a different radar site, just so that way you all can get a little bit better picture of this. So we are starting to see a brand new area of rotation form. You all can see right there. We're starting to see a lot more rotation showing up right there on the radar. I'm going to go over to a different radar just so that way maybe we can get a better look at that. It's not really the best look right there. I think this is probably the best we're going to get. So thankfully we're seeing the rotation in the system really die down, but we're starting to see a lot more straight line winds in this general area right here, because remember, the brighter the color, the stronger the winds are, all right? So I think that is exactly where I'm going to have to end this live stream. Thank you all so much for watching me and trusting to bring you up to date on the latest coverage on all these severe weather systems that are currently out there in the central and southern plains. I'll probably be back on live sometime this afternoon. I have to go take my relative to soccer practice, but as soon as I get home, if I see anything that is alarming me or that would be alarming you, I'll be right here back on YouTube. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, also hit that notification bell, and please be sure that you are fully in tune with my channel so that way you do not miss out